Activision presents a smashing blast from the past. Developed by Vicarious Visions. It's Crash Bandicoot!
Hello everyone, Treecks here, and welcome to my newest Let's Play. Welcome to yet another Let's Play that is going to take a while. Just like Spyro Reignited Trilogy, the Crash Bandicoot series also got remastered in an HD series called Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy. And that is going to be the next project I'm going to be starting. Just like with Spyro, I'm only going to be playing the first game for now. But eventually I will go and play all three of them in order to get to know the Crash Bandicoot series, developed by Naughty Dog back in the 90s, but remastered by Activision in 2017. An amazing platforming series that I can definitely appreciate. Very, very challenging. And therefore exactly the way I want it. Even though I did miss the series back then, I did always have my eye on it, and the fact that at some point on all of the modern systems a remaster actually got released, I thought, this is my chance, and therefore Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy is my introduction to the Crash Bandicoot series, which I will be playing from the Nintendo Switch and not from the original PlayStation, therefore, because I indeed don't own that one. Just like with Spyro, I only own the modern re-release of the games, but that is not going to ruin the fun. I will still go and play Crash Bandicoot, of which I am pretty sure is everybody's favorite marsupial. We are going to follow his quest in order to stop the evil Doctor Neo Cortex, an evil scientist who wants to take over the world. And on his 3 islands just south of Australia, he's doing some weird experiments to critters in order to genetically enhance them. But one of them actually turns out to become a hero. And who is going to try and stop this evil scientist? As you can see, this is very similar to Spyro's Reignited Trilogy, which was also developed by Activision. Another trilogy, 3 games in one. Crash Bandicoot's original game. The sequel, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, is present in this compilation title, and also the third game, Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. However, the second and third game are going to be on my agenda a bit later. We are going to get started with the remaster of the 1996 original game Crash Bandicoot, where we get introduced to this Bandicoot. And in this remaster even comes equipped with a new extra stage for extra challenge. As if the game isn't hard enough already. But that is something for later. We are going to get started with Crash Bandicoot at this first part of the Let's Play. And then after a couple of other projects, I will at some point start up Crash Bandicoot 2. And then move on to Crash Bandicoot 3. So the completion of this project, similar to Spyro Reignited Trilogy, is probably going to take a while. However, of course, eventually all 3 of them will come up. And in this first game, I must say, a couple of new things were added. Not just a new stage, which you can see as a Stormy Ascent. There's actually also a couple of other new things in this remaster. I will actually try to point them out the moment we meet up with them. But like I said, I'm actually not very familiar with the original games, because I never owned and played those. So excuse me if I sometimes make a mistake when it comes to what is new in this remaster version and what is present in the original game. But I will actually try to do my best. One thing I will actually do is play the game, of course. That much I can guarantee you. Let's overwrite that so we can actually start over. What is a Let's Play if you don't start from the beginning? Time for the story first.
But Dr. Cortex, we haven't determined the cause of past failures. Moron! This Bandicoot will be my general, and he will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination. This time, I shall reign triumphant. We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex.
Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
Failure again. Capture him!
Uh-oh.
Prepare the female Bandicoot.
Well, we see Doctor Neo Cortex, our bad guy. He actually tried to genetically enhance Crash and therefore make him a general of his army of world domination. However, that actually failed and Crash now becomes the hero, trying to stop him. An extra motivation for him is that his girlfriend is going to be the next one who's going to be experimented on, so we need to be quick and actually save her. We have control over our character. We can jump, move around. Going over the pause screen, we can actually see multiple options. Everything in the bottom right we are not going to talk about quite yet. That is going to be for bonus content, time trials and relics. However, we are going to talk about the rest. You can actually see our progress screen at the top right and right. It seems we need to be collecting gems, 26 of them throughout the game, and also 2 keys need to be collected. Those are going to be the main collectibles in this game. Completing stages 100% will actually give us gems. And that is something we're going to take a look at. In Crash Bandicoot, your main objective usually is trying to break all of the crates that we find in the level. Oh, this actually gives us the controls. Oh, perfect. We can press B to jump. We can press the Y button to do a spin. That is our basic attack in this game. Those are going to be the buttons you'll be pressing the most in this game. And the X button will open up our inventory. Here we can actually find the number of Wampa fruits that we have. The Wampa fruit is basically the coins in this game. Collect 100 of those in a stage or in stages added up to actually get 100 of them and you will earn yourself an extra life. Translated to Mario, that is basically the coins of this game, the Wampa fruit. We see the number of crates, 49 we need to destroy in this level in order to get 100%, and we have a life counter. We start off with 4. Now let's return to the crates. Here we can actually see the first couple. There's different kinds of crates. The question mark will usually give you items, in this case a 1-up. This one is a striped crate. Striped crates are special in the fact that you can actually bounce on them 5 times before they break. But they do give you Wampa fruits each time that you bounce on it, as you can see. Well, those were the introduction to the crates. And as you can see, we now have 3 out of 49. And now let's go talk more about how that works. Let's return to the gem screen that we see on the right. As you can see, we have 0 out of 26 regular white gems. But there's also 6 special gems that we can see on the right of that. Each time we complete the stage 100%, and therefore saying getting every single crate in the stage, we will receive a white gem. With the exception of 6 stages in this game, which will actually give us a special gem. And the special gems will always unlock something in the game. Sometimes even for earlier stages, making it impossible to get a gem in a certain stage without having a colored gem from a later stage. Quite complicated, I know, but that is basically how this works. So there's a total of 32 stages in the game for us to clear. 26 plus 6. Trying to get gems. Now let's go over the options. There's not a whole lot of things to see here, just sound effects, volume, nothing more. Well, and that is basically everything for the introduction, I think. What do you say we start playing the game? Perhaps with all of this introduction we can even fit in a stage or 2 in this first episode. Let's get started. So, what do you say? Are we ready for adventure? Australian adventure, let's go. Here we actually find another new crate. This is actually an Aku Aku crate. And opening that up will actually give us Aku Aku, as you can see. And this little mask fellow will actually give us an extra hit, basically. If you get hit while carrying Aku Aku, you will not immediately die, but first he will actually disappear, and then you will die if you get hit again. Oh, next new crate, an arrow crate. These are actually used as a trampoline. These we can actually bounce, in this case needed in order to get this striped crate over it. But remember, in order to get 100%, we also need to destroy this crate, so once you're done with it, spin into it and it will still get destroyed. Oh, nice. Actually knocked that enemy into a lot of stuff behind it. Here's a second Aku Aku, which we actually upgraded. You can see it's shining a bit now. And here we find a metal crate. These we actually don't have to destroy, because these are undestroyable. We can do with it whatever we want. Usually used for platforming business, a crate that cannot get destroyed. Not required for the 100%, of course. Bouncy, bouncy. Next new crate. This one actually has C on it, and this is a checkpoint crate. You can try to challenge yourself in this game by skipping out on the checkpoints, making it harder for yourself, but if you want all the crates, this one also needs to be opened. It also counts. Now, for the next new mechanic. Here we have a third Aku Aku crate, and if you actually carry 3 Aku Akus, you don't only have 2 hits, but something else will actually happen. 3 Aku Akus added together will actually create invincibility. Crash will actually start wearing the Aku Aku mask, and we will become invincible for a short while. Emphasis on the short while. Of course, this is not going to last. It's not going to be the entire stage. And that would be too easy. Here we have an exclamation box. These are usually switches in the stage. If you hit those, something will happen. In this case, the lined crates will actually become solid crates, so we can actually use them. And this is actually the first part in the game where it gets tricky. You need to also destroy these crates, of course. These are actually over an endless pit, and therefore death is really close. Be careful how to handle that. Okay, there we actually see the end of the stage, including the box that will actually give us the gem. However, we are currently at 46, and therefore still missed a couple of crates. So let's go back into this other pathway, where 2 more crates are waiting for us. And then we can move on to the end and open up the final one right over here. If I'm able to. Yeah, there we go. We get all of the crates and we receive the first white gem in the game. Of course, this is the first stage, so it's not going to give us a special colored gem quite yet. Stage 1 is perfect. The first perfection of the game. Giving us 3% completion. Welcome to Crash Bandicoot. The game has officially started. Now, after completing the first stage, we will actually move on to the overworld map for the first time. So let's go see how that looks. As you can see, all of the levels will actually stay available. And once we have completed the first stage, or any stage in general, we actually unlock something new. And this is something that you may know from later Crash Bandicoot games. This was originally not in the first game, but the time trial or time attack mode has actually also been added in the first game. Once you actually select a completed stage, you actually see at the top right a record board actually appears, which is not available in stages that you have not cleared yet. But like I said, that is going to be bonus content. Because of it not being part of the original game, I'm not going to be covering that quite yet. I'm instead, for the main project, just going to continue on to stage 2, Jungle Rollers. Need to get something done in this first episode. Spitting TNT is deadly. Jump on it instead. That hint is not going to be given for nothing. This stage is indeed going to introduce us to another new type of crate, a very dangerous one. You can already see it over there. A TNT crate. Let's get Aku Aku, so we don't have to care about the TNT crate and just plow our way through it. Because if it isn't obvious, the moment you get your third Aku Aku and therefore get invincibility, the moment it runs out, you will actually get back to 2 Aku Aku. So the next crate that you get will once again be invincibility. It isn't until you get hit before you actually lose your Aku Akus fully again. Oh, here's the next new thing. This is actually a Tawna symbol, based on Crash's girlfriend. Remember, the one that's actually still in Neo Cortex's laboratory. You want to collect 3 of those in the stage to actually get a bonus round. And remember, the bonus rounds are actually required for 100% because there's indeed also going to be crates in those, so... We also want to find the Tawna symbols the moment the stage actually has those. Let's return to invincibility. As long as I have 2 Aku Aku masks, I can get invincibility every single time. Find another crate. Oh, look what we see up there. There's actually an arrow box over there, indicating there's stuff up there. However, and this is going to be the first instance of a colored gem actually being required. Because as you can see, we need this platform in order to get to that higher area that we see. But of course, the colored platform is not active yet. For this, one of the colored gems is going to be required. This is going to be the first stage that we cannot clear, therefore, 100%. On the first run, we are actually forced to just normally clear it. Which is of course still possible. You're not required to get every single crate in the stage. That is just for 100%. However, if we want that 100%, we need to return to this stage later, the moment we find the green gem. Because it was clearly a green platform that we need to activate before we're able to get up higher. Oh, ouch. That was my first hit of the game. Oh, this looks interesting. 2 TNT crates. And a 1-up crate in between them. In order to make sure to hit those without getting hit, we need to jump and then, with perfect timing, use our spin attack and make sure we only hit the crate in the middle. Because the other 2 will actually hurt us. But because of the top one falling onto the bottom one, it will still activate. Just make sure you stay clear of them. And the explosion should leave you alone. And that's the danger of the TNT barrels. Okay, should be around done by now. We still have the third Tawna symbol to find, even though it does not really matter in this first run. Here is actually the bonus platform. Currently we have 2 out of 3, but of course, we're still early game. The game is still nice to us. The third one is in here. Let's get introduced to bonus stage. 3 Tawna symbols is what we need before we're allowed to enter. Funny thing about bonus rounds, those are actually always 2D platforming. Now we traditionally move from left to right. We need to destroy 5 crates in this bonus area. 2 of them are striped, like this. And the rest we do like this, even earning ourselves a 1-up. And we find Tawna over here. But of course it's not going to be that easy. Doctor Cortex will take her away from us before we are allowed to grab her. And that is going to happen every single time. The 5 crates will actually get added to our total. And then we return to the regular stage. And that is how this works. Now let's go try to finish this stage. Almost done in the episode as well, I think. A lot of introduction, first 2 stages. Still doing pretty well. However, of course, like I said, we are not able to get the gem from this stage yet. We need to return once we find the green gem in a much later stage. Only once we have that one, we can activate the platform in the middle, which will actually take us to the final 3 crates of the stage. This one we are forced to actually leave alone for now. Not per se a bad thing, because there's nothing we can do about it right now anyway. And I love how the game says you missed 3 boxes. As if I was able to get those 3. Currently that is impossible, so let's not listen to the game and simply continue on. That is going to be it for today, I think. 19 minutes in the video. Yeah, this is a perfect place to stop. The first episode of a project I usually make an introduction episode, most of all anyway. But I do like to have some gameplay in it at least, and I've completed 2 stages already, so we're not per se doing too badly. Next time we are going to continue on these islands south of Australia, using Crash Bandicoot, a local critter that was genetically manipulated by Doctor Neo Cortex. However, it backfired, and he actually made him a hero instead. Let's go save the game. Of course, going to make sure I don't save over my old file. Thank you all for watching this famous platformer from the 90s in its new remodeled form. I'm definitely going to have a lot of fun playing through this game again. I must admit I've only played it once so far, but I think that is not going to matter too much. So far, we've been doing fine. See you folks next time. And Treecks out. Later, folks.